Hello everyone, I am Rebekah. In this video, I'll be talking about memory and incompleteness as mentioned earlier. I'll be diving in to look at how memories affect one's life in the present in order to fulfill the gap of incompleteness from the past, particularly the character of Yin in the Garden of Evening Mist. So without further ado, let's proceed. The Garden of Evening Mist was written by a Malaysian novelist, Tan Tuan Eng. This novel was first published in 2012, and in the same year, it was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize. But no doubt, this breathtaking novel has won several awards later on. The Garden of Evening Mist centers around Bio Yun Ling, who was a retiree judge diagnosed with neurological disorder. Yun Ling returned to Yugiri and recalled her memories of her relationship with Aritomo and her sufferings in a Japanese camp. That once again opened doors to her past. In remembrance of her sister, she lives her sister's dream, where she met a Japanese gardener, Aritomo. Decades later, back to the present, Yuling met Professor Yoshikawa Tatsuji in Yugiri. It led her to new discoveries. Okay, let's jump straight in to the aim of this video. In her article, Memories, History and the Claims of the Past, Rose Paul exclaimed that memory can be cognitive and normative. In the aspect of cognitive, it means memories transmit details from the past, whereas in the aspect of normative, it means memories transmit responsibility or what is expected to be done. So, how does this make sense with incompleteness? Let's see. Have you ever recalled about your past hurt, pain, even trauma, or regrets, guilt? And are you now looking for a cure or for something that may make you feel better? If yes, then that's it. That's how memories make you feel incomplete. Take this analogy. I bet you've seen a bridge before. Well, memories are like bridges that connect the past and the present, but also not forgetting that there is a gap between these two timelines. You see, when you're in the past, you tend to look into the future to get out of all that's hurting you. But when you're in the present, you tend to look back with your memories to the past to fill the missing piece, which is the gap, with the idea that it will satisfy you from the past hurt and make you feel complete again. The gap makes one feel incomplete. He or she does not see himself or herself as a whole because of the lost fragments that has been taken out from him or her in the past. Thus, one will have to constantly look and search for the lost fragments. How powerful is the work of memories, and sometimes you might want to blame memories. Oops! Well, anyway, that's how responsibility comes into place when one in the present is constantly chasing after the lost fragment. This is obvious in the case of Yun Ling, where she never stops trying to ease her pain due to the loss of her sister. Yun Ling experiences a tragic violence during the Japanese occupation, and this experience becomes a memory that traumatizes her. It is a memory that reflects on how something so valuable is taken away from her in a brutal way. Before we dive further, let's see what does the text says. In page 153, Aritomo told Yuling that her old life is gone, and that now she is here borrowing from her sister's dream, searching for what she has lost. But later we see in page 179, we see that Yuling comes to a realization that building a garden for Yun Hong was not going to ease her pain, nor would anything that she did can ever satisfy her incompleteness. This realization leads her to another path. In Search for the Truth, page 13 tells us that Yuling gets herself a law degree in Cambridge and works as a deputy public prosecutor to prosecute the crimes that was done during the Japanese occupation. From these excerpts, we see that Yuling dedicates most of her entire life to the effect of her memories that becomes the sole purpose of the reason that she lives. Her incompleteness formed a gap, and it gave her a sense of continuity to constantly be in search for something that could fill the gap. The idea of searching without ceasing becomes a past responsibility that is translated into the present will, because memory requires a claim to truth. In William Tronto's The Fragment, An Incomplete History, states that the fragment that has been taken from the whole is always in motion, which is true. The lost fragment in Yunling is the cause of her incompleteness, and due to that she is always chasing and looking for the lost fragments in order to complete herself again, thus rendering her from building a garden for Yunhong to becoming a judge to look for the truth about the Japanese camp. But sadly, the gap will always remain. It sounds unfortunate and sad, isn't it? But look at her. This responsibility grew. She uplifts herself, took the effort to study law and becomes a judge. Because of her past memories, she is empowered even more. And look again. She is also one of the first women appointed to sit in Malaya's Supreme Court. What a rise! Her sense of incompleteness gives her such resilience, and at this point, you might want to thank memories. So you see, hurtful memories can lead to either a stagnant or a growing mindset. Depends on how one makes the effort to feel complete. The burdens of the past can be heavy, and Yuling is always aware of her past in wanting to look for an answer. And she does it by empowering herself and becomes an important person in their society. So, look at the bright side of your past experience. You wouldn't know what it can do through you to your community.